first contact fiasco. The vast expanse of space stretched out before the gleaming silver spacecraft as it approached the swirling, prismatic atmosphere of Nexus Prime. Inside, Alex Chen clutched the arms of his seat, his heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and terror. At just 17 years old, he was about to become one of the first humans to attend the prestigious Galactic Academy. As the ship descended through the kaleidoscopic clouds, Alex caught his first glimpse of the Academy. It was a breathtaking sight, a sprawling complex of crystalline spires and floating platforms, all connected by shimmering energy bridges. Beings of all shapes, sizes, and colors moved out, some flying, others slithering, while still others teleported from place to place. "Welcome to Nexus Prime," announced the ship's AI in a soothing voice. "Please prepare for landing and decontamination procedures." Alex took a deep breath, steeling himself for what was to come. He knew it wouldn't be easy being the only human in his class, but he was determined to prove that Earth deserved its place among the stars. As he stepped off the ship, the alien atmosphere hit him like a wall. It was thicker than Earth's, with a slight purple tinge and a faint scent of ozone. Alex's specially designed suit adjusted quickly, allowing him to breathe comfortably. He joined the throng of new students making their way towards a central auditorium for orientation. That's when he first saw her, Zara Vex, a Cerulean from the planet Azura. Her skin shimmered with an iridescent blue glow, and her large, almond-shaped eyes seemed to take in everything at once. Alex couldn't help but stare, captivated by her alien beauty. Zara noticed his gaze and frowned, her antenna twitching with annoyance. "What are you looking at, Earthling?" she sneered, her voice echoing telepathically in Alex's mind. Alex blushed, realizing he'd been caught staring. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to." "Save it," Zara cut him off. "I don't know why they even let your kind in here. You're centuries behind the rest of us." Before Alex could respond, they were ushered into the auditorium. The room was massive, easily capable of holding thousands of beings. As Alex found a seat, he couldn't help but feel small and out of place among the diverse array of alien species. The Academy's headmaster, a towering, ethereal being named Zorax, appeared on stage. His form shifted constantly, as if made of living starlight. "Welcome, young minds of the galaxy," his voice resonated through the auditorium and directly into the students' minds. "You have been chosen as the brightest of your respective species. Here at the Galactic Academy, you will learn to push the boundaries of science, technology, and understanding." As Zorax continued his speech, Alex felt a growing sense of determination. He might be out of his depth, but he was here to learn, to grow, and to show the galaxy what humans were capable of. The next few days were a whirlwind of orientation activities, placement tests, and getting accustomed to the mind-bending technologies that were commonplace on Nexus Prime. Alex struggled with even the most basic devices, earning him snickers and eye rolls from his classmates. Zara seemed to take particular pleasure in pointing out Alex's shortcomings. During their first quantum mechanics class, she loudly commented, "Oh look, the human is trying to understand multidimensional probability. How quaint. On Azura, we learn this in elementary school." Alex gritted his teeth, focusing on the holographic equations floating before him. He might not have the innate understanding that some of his alien classmates possessed, but he was determined to learn. As the weeks went by, Alex found himself constantly playing catch-up. The classes were incredibly advanced, covering topics that Earth scientists had only dreamed of. But slowly, surely, he began to adapt. His human creativity and outside-the-box thinking sometimes led him to unique solutions that surprised even his teachers. One day, during a practical exercise in xenobiology, the class was tasked with analyzing and neutralizing an unknown pathogen. While most students approached the problem using standard galactic procedures, Alex drew upon Earth's history of dealing with pandemics. "What if we use a modified version of mRNA technology?" he suggested to his lab partner, a gelatinous being named Blorp. We could potentially create a targeted response that adapts to the pathogen's mutations. Blorp's body rippled with surprise. Interesting approach, Alex. It's unorthodox, but it might just work. To everyone's amazement, Alex's method proved highly effective. Even Zora seemed impressed, though she quickly hid it behind her usual disdain. As Alex walked out of the lab, feeling a rare sense of accomplishment, he overheard Zora talking to a group of her friends. Lucky guess, she scoffed. Humans probably stumbled upon that solution by accident. It's not like they have any real understanding of advanced genetics. Alex's momentary pride deflated. No matter what he did, it seemed he couldn't escape the shadow of Earth's perceived backwardness. He wondered if he'd ever truly be accepted here. That night, as Alex sat on the roof of his dormitory, gazing up at the unfamiliar constellations of Nexus Prime, he felt a deep longing for home. The cool night air carried strange scents, and in the distance he could hear the haunting songs of alien creatures. Homesick, Earthling. A familiar voice startled him out of his reverie. Alex turned to see Zara floating gracefully towards him, her blue skin glowing softly in the starlight. "What do you want, Zara? Come to make fun of me some more." Zara landed beside him, her expression unreadable. "I'm curious," she said after a moment. "Why did you come here? You must have known how difficult it would be." Alex sighed, considering his words carefully. "Because humanity needs this," he finally said. "We've dreamed of the stars for centuries. Now that we're finally here, we have so much to learn. I want to be part of that. I want to help bridge the gap between Earth and the rest of the galaxy." Zara was silent for a long moment, her antenna twitching thoughtfully. "A noble goal," she admitted. "But do you really think one human can make a difference?" "I have to try," Alex said firmly. "And I'm not alone. There are other humans at different academies across the galaxy. Together, we'll show everyone what Earth is capable of." As if on cue, a brilliant streak of light shot across the sky, a ship entering Nexus Prime's atmosphere. Alex wondered if it carried more human students, more dreamers like himself. Zara followed his gaze, her expression softening almost imperceptibly. "You're either very brave or very foolish, Alex Chen," she said. "Perhaps both." Before Alex could respond, an alarm blared across the campus. Red lights flashed, and a computerized voice announced, "Alert! Unidentified anomaly detected in Sector 7. All students return to dormitories immediately." Alex and Zara exchanged a look of surprise and concern. In the few months they'd been at the academy, nothing like this had ever happened. "We should go," Zara said, already rising into the air. But Alex hesitated, his curiosity piqued. "Wait," he said, pointing to a shimmer in the air not far from their position. "Do you see that?" Zara squinted, then gasped. "By the cosmic core," she whispered. "It's a temporal rift." As they watched, the shimmer grew, expanding into a swirling vortex of energy. And from within its depths, something was emerging, something that would change the course of their lives and the fate of the galaxy forever. The Nexus Trials. The temporal rift pulsed with an otherworldly energy, casting an eerie glow across the academy grounds. Alex and Zara stood transfixed as a figure emerged from the swirling vortex, a being unlike any they had ever seen. It was humanoid in shape, but its body seemed to be composed of shifting galaxies and nebulae, as if the cosmos itself had taken form. "Greetings, young ones," the cosmic entity's voice resonated in their minds. "I am the Celestial Arbiter, and I come with a warning and a challenge." Before either of them could respond, the campus security systems activated. Energy fields sprang up around them, and robotic sentinels converged on their location. Headmaster Zorax materialized beside them, his starlight form flickering with concern. "Celestial Arbiter," Zorax addressed the entity, his voice filled with awe and trepidation. "Your presence honors us, but I fear it also heralds great danger." The Arbiter nodded solemnly. "Indeed, Zorax. The Void Collective approaches, threatening not just this galaxy, but the entire multiverse. The Nexus trials must commence immediately. Alex's mind reeled. Void collective. Multiverse. He glanced at Zara, relieved to see that even she looked bewildered by these revelations. Zorax turned to address the gathered students and faculty, his voice echoing across the campus. Attention, all beings of the Galactic Academy. We face an unprecedented crisis. The Nexus trials will begin at dawn. May the stars grant us wisdom and strength. As the crowd murmured in confusion and excitement, Alex felt a tap on his shoulder. He turned to find Professor Zara, the xenotechnology instructor, standing behind him. The professor's tentacled face was creased with worry. Alex, Zara, come with me? Zara said urgently. There's something you need to see. They followed the professor to a hidden laboratory deep beneath the academy. The room was filled with artifacts and technologies beyond Alex's wildest imagination. At the center stood a holographic projection of the galaxy, with a dark, ominous mass approaching from the outer rim. This is the Void Collective, Zara explained, gesturing to the encroaching darkness. A hive mind of energy beings that consume entire civilizations. They're drawn to centers of knowledge and innovation, like the Galactic Academy. Zora's antenna twitched nervously. But what are these Nexus trials? How can they help us against such a threat? Zara activated another hologram, showing a series of challenging scenarios. The trials are a test of various skills and abilities. They'll help us identify those with the potential to unlock the Cosmic Codex, an ancient repository of knowledge that could give us the power to repel the Void Collective. Alex studied the holographic trials, his mind already racing with possibilities. Professor, some of these challenges, they're not just about advanced technology, are they? They require creative thinking, adaptability. Zara's tentacles wriggled in what Alex had learned was a sign of approval. Precisely, Alex. The Codex requires more than just raw intelligence. It needs individuals who can think beyond conventional boundaries. As dawn broke, the entire academy gathered in the grand amphitheater. The celestial arbiter hovered above the stage, its cosmic form shimmering with barely contained power. Headmaster Zorax addressed the assembled beings, his voice grave. The Nexus trials will test you in ways you cannot imagine, Zorax announced. You will face challenges of the body, mind, and spirit. Those who succeed may be our only hope against the coming darkness. The first trial began immediately. The amphitheater transformed into a complex, ever-shifting maze. Participants had to navigate through not just physical space, but temporal and dimensional shifts as well. Alex found himself separated from the others, the maze walls pulsing with strange energies. He took a deep breath, recalling his childhood love of puzzle games. Okay, Alex, he muttered to himself. Time to think outside the box, and maybe outside this dimension too. As he navigated the maze, Alex noticed patterns in the energy fluctuations. He realized that by synchronizing his movements with these pulses, he could predict and even influence the maze's shifts. It was like an intricate dance through space-time. Meanwhile, Zara was facing her own challenges. Her natural ability to fly was neutralized, forcing her to rely on problem-solving skills she had never needed before. To her surprise, she found herself recalling some of Alex's unorthodox approaches from their classes. Hours passed as the contestants faced increasingly difficult challenges. Tests of quantum computation, ethical dilemmas in alternate timelines, and even communicating with non-corporeal life forms pushed them to their limits. As the final trial approached, only a handful of participants remained. Alex was exhausted, his mind and body pushed to the brink, but a fierce determination burned within him. This was his chance to prove that humanity deserved its place among the stars. The celestial arbiter's voice resonated through the arena. The final trial tests not just your individual skills, but your ability to cooperate with those you may consider unlike yourself. You must work together to containment a miniature singularity and extract the quantum data within. Alex found himself paired with Zara and a crystalline being named Kepth. The singularity pulsed before them, a swirling vortex of infinite density. Conventional tools and approaches failed, the singularity's gravity well interfering with even the most advanced quantum manipulators. "It's hopeless," Katz chimed, its crystalline body vibrating with despair. "No known technology can contain a singularity of this magnitude." Zora's antenna drooped. "There must be a way. Alex, any ideas? Now would be a good time for one of your primitive but surprisingly effective solutions." Alex stared at the singularity, his mind racing. "Primitive solutions. Wait, that was it. Guys were thinking too advanced," he said excitedly. "We don't need to contain the singularity. We need to work with it." He quickly outlined his plan. By precisely calculating their positions and using their own body's gravitational fields, enhanced by the Academy's gravity modulators, they could create a resonance field around the singularity. This would allow them to guide its rotation and extract the quantum data without direct containment. Kex's crystalline form sparkled with renewed hope. "A brilliant abstraction. It's so simple, yet so elegant." Zora nodded, a newfound respect in her eyes. "Let's do it." Working in perfect harmony, the trio executed Alex's plan. Their bodies orbited the singularity in a complex dance, their movements precisely synchronized. Slowly but surely, streams of quantum data began to flow from the singularity's event horizon. As the last bit of data was extracted, the trial arena dissolved around them. They found themselves back in the amphitheater, surrounded by cheering spectators. The celestial arbiter loomed before them, its cosmic form pulsing with approval. "Well done, young ones," the arbiter's voice echoed in their minds. "You have shown not just intelligence, but wisdom. The ability to see beyond your differences and work as one is the key to unlocking the cosmic codex." Headmaster Zorax stepped forward, his starlight form blazing with pride. "Alex Chen of Earth, Zara Vex of Azura, and Keps of the Crystal Collective, you have proven yourselves worthy. You will be the ones to quest for the cosmic codex and save us from the Void Collective." As the crowd's cheers washed over them, Alex felt a mixture of elation and trepidation. He had proven himself, yes, but the real challenge was just beginning. He looked at Zara, seeing his own mix of emotions reflected in her iridescent eyes. "Still think humans are primitive?" he asked with a small smile. Zara's antenna twitched in amusement. "Perhaps not all of you," she conceded, "but don't let it go to your head, Alex. We have a multiverse to save." As if in response to her words, alarms blared across the Academy. The holographic displays flickered to life, showing the Void Collective's approach. The dark mass had grown, now visibly distorting the fabric of space-time around it. The celestial arbiter's form flickered, its voice urgent. "The Void approaches faster than anticipated. Young heroes, you must embark on your quest immediately. The fate of all realities rests in your hands." Alex took a deep breath, squaring his shoulders. Earth was counting on him. The entire multiverse was counting on him. It was time to show the cosmos what humanity was truly capable of. Echoes of eternity. The celestial arbiter's form shimmered, coalescing into a swirling portal of cosmic energy. "Step through," its voice resonated, "and begin your quest for the cosmic codex." Alex, Zara, and Kex exchanged determined glances before plunging into the vortex. As they passed through, Alex felt his consciousness expanding, stretching across multiple realities simultaneously. He was everywhere and nowhere, experiencing a kaleidoscope of possible existences. They materialized on a planet that defied conventional physics. Floating islands drifted through a sky of liquid light, while crystalline trees grew upside down, their roots reaching towards an ever-shifting aurora. The air itself seemed alive, carrying whispers of ancient knowledge. "Welcome to Nexus Infinitum," the Arbiter's voice echoed around them. "The crossroads of all realities and home of the cosmic codex." As they took in their surroundings, a holographic map materialized before them, showing 3 distinct locations pulsing with energy. "The codex is split into 3 fragments," the Arbiter explained, "each hidden within a temporal nexus point. You must recover all three to unlock its power. Zora's antenna twitched with curiosity. How do we access these nexus points? In response, three shimmering objects appeared before them: a quantum compass, a chronometric key, and a psionic amplifier. These artifacts will guide you, the Arbiter said, but beware. The Void Collective has sent its agents to stop you. Trust in each other and in the unique strengths you each possess. As the Arbiter's presence faded, the trio examined their new tools. The quantum compass pointed towards a massive floating library in the distance, its shelves stretching infinitely in possible directions. The Library of Eternal Tomes, Cax chimed, its crystalline body resonating with excitement. I've heard legends, but never believed it actually existed. As they approached the library, reality seemed to warp around them. Books flew from shelf to shelf of their own accord, their pages fluttering with untold knowledge. At the center stood a pedestal with a shimmering orb, the first codex fragment. Suddenly, a dark mist seeped from between the books, coalescing into shadowy figures with void-like eyes. The Void Collective's agents had found them. Alex, Cax, keep them busy, Zora shouted, using her natural agility to leap towards the pedestal. Alex's mind raced. How do you fight beings made of living darkness? Then he remembered his physics classes. Caps, can you refract light through your body? The crystalline being's facets glittered with understanding. Brilliant, Alex. As Caps began to shine with intense, refracted light, Alex used the psionic amplifier to project the illumination directly at the shadow creatures. They recoiled, their form destabilizing under the assault. Zora reached the pedestal, but as she grasped the orb, the entire library began to shake. Books flew from their shelves, swirling around her in a literary tornado. Each time she touched downloaded its entire contents directly into her mind. It's too much, she cried out, her psyche overwhelmed by the influx of knowledge. Zora, focus on me, Alex shouted, establishing a telepathic link through the psionic amplifier. Share the load. As Zara connected with Alex's mind, the torrent of information flowed between them. Countless histories, sciences, and philosophies from across the multiverse flooded their shared consciousness. Cax joined the link, its crystalline mind providing the perfect structure to organize the deluge of data. In that moment of perfect synergy, they understood. The Cosmic Codex wasn't just a repository of knowledge, it was a key to manipulating the very fabric of reality. As the flow of information subsided, the library stabilized. The shadow creatures had vanished, banished by the light of newfound wisdom. The first fragment of the codex pulsed in Zara's hand, resonating with their combined enlightenment. That was, Alex began, striving to find words to describe the experience. Ineffable, Cax chimed, its crystalline form vibrating with residual energy. Zara nodded, her eyes wide with wonder. We've only scratched the surface of what the Codex can do, but we need all three fragments to fully unlock its potential. The quantum compass hummed, pointing towards their next destination, a massive temporal maelstrom swirling in the distance. As they approached, they saw chunks of different time periods colliding and merging. Ancient alien cityscapes fused with futuristic metropolises, primordial jungles intertwined with cybernetic forests. The chaos confluence, Caps observed, where all of time happens at once. As they stepped into the temporal storm, they felt their very existence begin to fragment. Alex saw versions of himself from different timelines, some older, some younger, some barely recognizable as human. Zara and Cax experienced similar fractures in their identities. We need to stay focused, Alex shouted over the temporal winds. Remember who we are, why we're here. They pushed forward, using the chronometric key to stabilize their path through the chaotic time stream. As they neared the center of the maelstrom, they saw the second codex fragment suspended in a bubble of pure chronoforce energy. But they weren't alone. A figure stood before the fragment, cloaked in shifting temporalities. As it turned to face them, Alex gasped in shock. It was himself, or rather, a version of himself, twisted by exposure to the void. "Welcome, younger me," the void-corrupted Alex sneered. "I've been expecting you." "That's impossible," Zara exclaimed. "How can you be here?" The dark Alex laughed, a sound that sent chills through their very souls. "In this place, all times exist simultaneously. I am what you become when you fail, when the Void Collective consumes everything you love." Alex felt a wave of despair wash over him. Was this his inevitable fate? To become a pawn of the very force he sought to defeat? Kex's voice cut through his spiraling thoughts. "No, Alex, this is just one possibility, not a certainty. We have the power to change it." Zara placed a hand on Alex's shoulder, her touch grounding him in the present. "He's right. We've already altered the course of history by coming this far. This version of you doesn't have to exist." Drawing strength from his friends, Alex faced his corrupted self. "You're not my future," he declared. "You're just a shadow of what could be, and we're here to erase that possibility." The Void Alex snarled, launching an assault of fractured time shards. The trio dodged and weaved, their movements perfectly synchronized thanks to their shared experience in the library. Alex used the psionic amplifier to project a mental shield, while Zara tapped into her newfound knowledge to manipulate the time stream around them. Kex refracted temporalities through its crystalline body, creating a dazzling display that disoriented their opponent. As the corrupted Alex faltered, the true Alex saw his opportunity. He reached out, not with aggression, but with empathy. "I understand your pain," he said softly. "The fear, the loneliness that drove you to the void. But it doesn't have to be this way. Let us help you." For a moment, the darkness in the other Alex's eyes flickered. Then, with a cry of anguish and relief, the corrupted version of himself dissolved into motes of light, reintegrating with the time stream. As the temporal maelstrom calmed, the second codex fragment floated gently into Alex's hands. The moment he touched it, he felt his connection to time itself expanding. Past, present, and future became fluid concepts, all equally accessible. "Two down, one to go," Zara said, her voice filled with a mixture of awe and determination. The quantum compass hummed once more, pointing towards their final destination, a massive, pulsating singularity that seemed to draw in all light and matter around it. "The heart of the void," Kex chimed solemnly, "the birthplace of cosmic entropy." As they approached the singularity, they felt its immense gravitational pull. Reality itself seemed to warp and twist around them. The final fragment of the cosmic codex awaited them within the event horizon, along with the greatest challenge they had yet to face. Alex took a deep breath, looking at his companions. Human, Cerulean, and crystal being, three species united in a quest to save all of existence. "Whatever happens in there," he said, "I'm glad we're facing it together." With a shared nod of determination, they stepped into the darkness, ready to confront the heart of the void itself and claim the power to reshape reality. Quantum entanglement of souls. As Alex, Zara, and Kex plunged into the heart of the void, reality as they knew it ceased to exist. They found themselves in a realm of pure abstraction, where thoughts became tangible and emotions painted the very fabric of existence. The oppressive darkness was alive, pulsing with malevolent intent. "Welcome, interlopers," a voice echoed from everywhere and nowhere. "I am Null, the consciousness of the Void Collective. Your quest ends here." Tendrils of anti-light lashed out, threatening to unravel their very beings. Alex instinctively reached for his companions, and in that moment of contact, something extraordinary happened. Their consciousness merged, forming a trisymmetric quantum neural network. Fascinating, Kex's thoughts resonated within their shared mind. "We've achieved a state of macro-quantum entanglement." "In English, please," Alex's mental voice quipped. Zara's understanding flowed through their connection. "We're thinking as one entity while retaining our individual perspectives. This could be the key to wielding the full power of the cosmic codex." "As one," They faced null. The merged consciousness allowed them to perceive the true nature of the void, not just darkness, but the absence of possibility itself. Null's form coalesced into a swirling maelstrom of cancelled realities. Your union is impressive, but futile. I am the end of all things, the final entropy. Submit, and your cessation will be painless. Never, they replied in unison. We are the champions of existence, the preservers of possibility. Drawing upon their combined knowledge and the power of the two codex fragments, they began to weave a counter-narrative to Null's entropy. Alex's human creativity sparked ideas, Zara's multidimensional perception gave them form, and Kex's crystalline logic structured them into reality. A battle of concepts ensued. For every dead universe Null held at them, they crafted a newborn cosmos. Where Null sought to erase, they strove to create. It was a war of attrition fought on the battlefield of existence itself. But Null was ancient and vast, and even their combined strength began to falter. The final codex fragment remained out of reach, suspended in the heart of Null's being. We need something more, Zara's thoughts echoed. A fundamental force that even Null can't negate. As they retreated from another of Null's assaults, a memory surfaced in Alex's mind, a lesson from his high school physics class. Guys, I have an idea, but it's going to sound crazy. Crazier than our current situation, Kex chimed incredulously. Alex's excitement flowed through their link. What's the one thing that remains constant, even in the most extreme conditions? The one law that holds true across all known universes. Understanding dawned in their shared consciousness. The speed of light, they realized in unison. Exactly. Alex's thoughts raced. Light isn't just illumination, it's information, it's time, it's the very constant that defines reality. If we can harness that fundamental principle, we can rewrite the rules of existence, Zara finished, her mind already calculating the possibilities. Kex's crystalline logic provided the final piece, and my photonic lattice structure can serve as the perfect medium to channel such energy. As one, they put their plan into action. Alex tapped into the raw human potential that had propelled his species from cave-dwellers to starfarers in the blink of cosmic time. Zara extended her consciousness across dimensional barriers, gathering light from countless realities. Kex reconfigured its crystalline body into a hyperdimensional prism, ready to focus their gathered power. Null sensed their intent and lashed out with the full might of oblivion. You cannot preserve what is destined to end, the entity roared. Watch us, they replied, their voices harmonizing across realities. In a moment of perfect synchronization, they unleashed their light, not just physical illumination, but the very essence of existence itself. It burst forth from Kex's reformatted body, a beam of pure creation that pierced the heart of Null. The void howled, its negation overwhelmed by the force of pure possibility. As Null's form destabilized, the final codex fragment was revealed. Now, they cried in unison, reaching for the fragment with their combined will. The moment their entangled consciousness touched the codex, a supernova of understanding exploded within them. The full power of the cosmic codex surged through their beings, rewriting the very laws of reality around them. They saw the multiverse in its entirety, infinite timelines, countless dimensions, all interconnected in a grand cosmic dance. And they saw their role in it, the task for which they had been uniquely prepared. With a thought, they reshaped the heart of the void. Where once there was only emptiness and entropy, now pulsed the seed of a new existence. Null's consciousness, stripped of its destructive purpose, was reborn as a force of renewal. As the newborn universe blossomed around them, Alex, Zara, and Kex felt their individual selves reasserting. The quantum entanglement gently unraveled, leaving them changed but whole. Did we just create a universe? Alex asked, his voice filled with awe. Zara nodded, her antenna quivering with residual energy. Not just one, we've seeded the potential for infinite new realities. Kex's crystalline form shimmered with newfound depths, and in doing so, we've transformed the void from an agent of destruction to a cradle of creation. As the majesty of their accomplishments sank in, a familiar cosmic presence enveloped them. The celestial arbiter's voice echoed through their minds, filled with pride and hope. Well done, young heroes. You have not just saved existence, you have elevated it to new heights of possibility. The Cosmic Codex is now a part of you, its power accessible whenever the multiverse faces peril. Alex looked at his companions, seeing the same mix of exhaustion and exhilaration he felt mirrored in their faces. So, what now? Do we just go back to being students? The Arbiter's cosmic laughter rippled through reality. Your greatest lessons are yet to come. The multiverse will have need of you again, guardians of existence. But for now, rest, celebrate, for you have written a new chapter in the cosmic story. As a portal shimmered into existence before them, promising to return them to the Galactic Academy, Alex felt a profound sense of change. He was no longer just a human struggling to prove himself. He was part of something greater, a defender of all possible realities. Zara's hand found his, her touch grounding him in the moment. "Ready to go home, Earthling?" she asked, her voice teasing, but filled with newfound respect. Kex's crystalline form hummed with contentment. "Home is but one of infinite possibilities now, friends, and we shall explore them all." With shared smiles of adventure and anticipation, the trio stepped through the portal, ready to face whatever new challenges awaited them in a multiverse reborn, the Multiversal Symphony. As Alex, Zara, and Kex stepped through the portal, they found themselves not in the familiar halls of the Galactic Academy, but in a realm beyond imagination. They stood upon a vast, translucent platform suspended in a sea of swirling cosmic energies. Countless realities shimmered around them like soap bubbles, each containing entire universes. "Welcome to the nexus of all realities," the celestial arbiter's voice resonated through their beings. "From here, you can observe and influence the grand tapestry of existence." Alex's mind reeled at the implications. "You mean we're responsible for everything?" "Not exactly," the arbiter clarified, its cosmic form coalescing before them. "You are now the guardians of the cosmic harmony. Your task is to maintain the delicate balance between order and chaos across the multiverse." Zora's antenna twitched with excitement and trepidation. How do we even begin to manage such a responsibility? In response, the platform beneath them transformed into a colossal instrument panel, reminiscent of a mixing console merged with a holographic star map. "Behold the multiversal symphonium," the arbiter announced. "Through this, you will compose the music of reality itself." Kex's crystalline form vibrated with understanding. "Fascinating. Each universe is like an instrument in a grand orchestra, and we're the conductors." As they explored the symphonium, they discovered that every action, every adjustment, had far-reaching consequences across realities. A slight increase in fundamental forces in one universe could birth new galaxies in another. A subtle shift in quantum probabilities might spark the evolution of entirely new forms of life. "This is incredible," Alex breathed, his fingers dancing over holographic controls. "But also terrifying. How do we know we're making the right choices?" The arbiter's form shimmered with what might have been a smile. "That, young guardian, is where your unique perspectives come into play. The human capacity for empathy and imagination, the cerulean gift of multidimensional perception, and the crystal collective's logical harmony. Together, you possess the perfect balance of qualities to guide the multiverse." As they began to experiment with the symphonium, they noticed discordant notes in the cosmic melody, echoes of the Void Collective's lingering influence. Entire realities teetered on the brink of collapse, threatened by encroaching entropy. "We need to stabilize these universes," Zara said, her hands moving instinctively over the controls. "But how?" Alex's mind raced, drawing upon the vast knowledge imparted by the Cosmic Codex. "What if we don't just fix them? What if we help them evolve?" Kex chimed in agreement. "Yes, By introducing controlled chaos, we can spur growth and adaptation. Working in perfect harmony, the trio began to weave a new cosmic song. Alex's creativity sparked the birth of new possibilities, Zora's perception guided the flow of energies between dimensions, and Kex's logic ensured the stability of the entire system. As they worked, they witnessed the birth and death of galaxies, the rise and fall of civilizations, and the emergence of life forms beyond imagination. They saw versions of Earth where history took radically different turns, worlds where dinosaurs never went extinct, where magic and technology existed in perfect balance, where humanity had already spread across the stars. But their task was not without challenges. As they reshaped reality, they encountered pockets of resistance, beings who, like the Void Collective, sought to disrupt the cosmic balance for their own gain. In one universe, they faced a coalition of rogue AI gods who sought to digitize all organic life. In another, they contended with a plague of reality-devouring conceptual parasites. Each threat required not just power, but wisdom and creativity to overcome. Through it all, their experiences at the Galactic Academy served them well. The lessons they had learned about cooperation, adaptability, and thinking beyond conventional boundaries proved crucial in their role as cosmic guardians. As they worked, they discovered that their influence extended beyond mere adjustment of cosmic forces. They could communicate with, and even manifest within, specific realities that needed their direct intervention. In one particularly poignant moment, they found themselves on a war-torn version of Earth, teetering on the brink of nuclear annihilation. Rather than simply preventing the conflict through cosmic manipulation, they chose to appear before the world leaders, sharing visions of the wondrous potential that lay ahead if peace was chosen. Their words, imbued with the weight of multiversal wisdom, pierced through generations of hatred and fear. As tensions eased and weapons were laid down, they witnessed the dawn of a new age of cooperation and exploration for that Earth. But even as they celebrated their victories, a new threat loomed on the cosmic horizon. The Arbiter's form flickered with urgency as it addressed them. Guardians, we face a crisis beyond anything we've encountered. A collision of realities threatens to unravel the very fabric of the multiverse. The Symphonium's displays shifted, showing two vast cosmic bubbles on a collision course. Each contained not just a universe, but an entire multiverse, with fundamentally incompatible laws of physics. If these realities merge, it will create a cascade of destruction that not even the Cosmic Codex can mend, the Arbiter warned. Alex studied the display, his mind racing. We can't just destroy one to save the other. There must be a way to harmonize them. Zora's eyes widened with a sudden inspiration. What if we don't try to make them compatible? What if we embrace their differences instead? Kex's form shimmered with excitement. A quantum superposition of multiverses. Brilliant. Together, they set to work, their hands flying over the Symphonium's controls. They didn't try to force the colliding realities to conform to each other. Instead, they composed a cosmic fugue, allowing each multiverse to maintain its unique melody while weaving them into a grander harmony. As the multiverses merged, a miraculous transformation took place. Rather than destruction, they witnessed the birth of something entirely new, a hyperdimensional omniverse where infinite possibilities coexisted in beautiful complexity. The Arbiter's form blazed with pride and joy. You've done it, Guardians. You've elevated existence itself to a new plane of being. As the cosmic music swelled around them, Alex, Zora, and Kex shared a look of profound understanding. They had come so far from their days as students, yet in many ways, their greatest journey was just beginning. You know, Alex said with a grin, somehow I don't think we'll be worrying about exams anymore. Zora laughed, her antenna quivering with mirth. No, but I have a feeling our next lessons will be even more challenging and rewarding. Kex's crystalline form resonated with contentment. Indeed, we have eternity to explore, to learn and to grow. The multiverse, no, the omniverse, is our classroom now. As they turned back to the Symphonium, Ready to face whatever new wonders and challenges awaited them, they felt a sense of limitless potential. They were no longer just a human, a cerulean, and a crystal being. They were the guardians of cosmic harmony, composers of reality, protectors of infinite possibilities. And somewhere, in a distant corner of the vast cosmic tapestry, a young student on Earth looked up at the stars, dreaming of adventures beyond imagination, unaware that they too might one day be called to join the grand cosmic dance. The end and the beginning.